Yo, what's going on, you guys? I'm back. The MMA genius, MMA Blaze. I told y'all, call me whatever you want to, whatever you see fit to. Just make sure, some got MMA in it. But yeah, now this time actually, I kind of had some things on my mind I wanted to talk about. A couple people asked me to do videos like this. Couple of interesting topics. Basically, right now, this is not going to just be uh, one topic. It's going to be a couple of things. I'm going to talk about a couple of things in MMA that I think should happen, or fighters I think should face each other, and fights I'm not interested in, and I just think are, just kind of, a waste of time, and not even so much as a waste of time, just there's better fights to put on out there, fights that don't necessarily make sense for that point in time. And you guys let me know if you disagree or agree or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, here we go, let's get into it. First I want to talk about Lyoto Machida versus Rampage Jackson versus Lyoto Machida. I know a lot of people are actually interested in seeing this fight, but I'm not. I have absolutely no desire to see this fight at all. You know what? Hold on. Let me take that back. If this fight, when this fight happens and when it comes on, if it does, I will want to see it. I will want to watch it. But it's not something that I'm asking for. It's not something that I'm screaming for. It's just that I don't think these guys' styles complement each other, or I don't think they make for an interesting fight. Rampage is a hella slow fighter. He's gotten even slower over the years. He used to be faster back in the Pride days. But he hits very hard. He's not the slowest fighter in the world. Let's be honest here. I've seen a lot slower, but he's a good fighter. But he's very one-dimensional, if you ask me. Maybe two-dimensional. You know what I'm saying? But he doesn't really show those weapons often. Like to me, he's a pretty good wrestler. But he doesn't really bring that out too much. But he's a great striker. But if you ask me, his striking, he needs to like upgrade his striking a little bit, because it's the same. See, something that I noticed about Rampage is that Rampage, he can only generate a lot of power when he's close in on you. Like if you get up on Rampage and like almost like clinch length, and you guys are like right on each other, Rampage can knock you out right inside the pocket, just right in. But if you keep a distance on Rampage, it's hard for him to reach you. It's hard for him to generate any power, because Rampage is Rampage is kind of a slow swinger, a slow puncher. He's not super slow, but he is slow a little bit, in my opinion, anyways. And that's the reason why Rashad Evans was able to expose some things that he does. You know what I'm saying? And if you think Rashad Evans is fast, I got news for you. Rashad Evans, his speed is very overrated. Rashad Evans is a fast fighter, but he's not that fast. Machida is a lot faster than Rashad Evans. And Machida is not even the fastest fighter in the world. But don't get me wrong, he is fast. Probably one of the fastest in MMA right now, But again, these are my opinions. I don't expect everybody to agree with me, but I am going to see how I feel. And I just feel that Machida is a bad matchup for Rampage. Of course, anything can happen. It's an MMA fight. Rampage could very well go in there and land something on Machida's chin and knock him out. Machida could very well do the same. We've seen Machida knock guys out before. But I think Machida's going to go back to his roots in this fight. But not exactly how he was before he started knocking people out. I think Machida's going to go back to his roots, but he's going to upgrade it a little bit. And he's going to throw punches, get out of the way, but the punches that he does throw, they're going to be with bad intentions, man. He's going to try. I guarantee you, he's going to watch Rampage get knocked out. When he got his ass beat over there in Pride by Vanderlei Silva, and when he got his ass beat down and knocked out by Shogun, I guarantee you. Excuse me, guys, got something in my eye, but I guarantee you, Machida is gonna win this fight by knockout, or he's gonna win by unanimous decision. I don't think Rampage is gonna win one round. Rampage is a good fighter, but he's okay. He hasn't really caught up with the times, if you ask me. The fight game is steady evolving, and got these new fighters coming in like John Jones and a lot more fighters. You know what I'm saying? Like Cain Velasquez and everything like that, but I just don't think that Rampage has flipped over. Don't get me wrong, he can still kick some ass and still beat guys up, but I just don't think the Rampage really beats a top guy. And with that being said, that's the reason why I don't want to see this fight. I think it's going to be kind of boring. You know, I think that Rampage is not going to be able to catch Machida with anything. He's not going to be able to take Machida down. And Machida's just going to pick him apart, but he's going to pick him apart, you know, quite viciously. I don't know if he's going to knock Rampage out, but I do have him beating Rampage by unanimous decision, winning all 3 rounds decisively, but just not so much, not so interesting, because I already know what's going to happen in this fight, you know. And I'm just not that interested in this fight. They try to pump it up like it's just so good, so big. I'd rather see Rampage fight Thiago Silva or some shit like that, you know what I'm saying? And I'd rather see Machida fight John Jones or something. They keep saying John Jones is not ready. Bullshit. Okay, if that's the case, every fighter is not ready, because, you know, Brock Lesnar, he didn't have that much experience when he came into the MMA world, even though he had a wrestling background. John Jones had a wrestling background as well. So how you going to say this kid is not ready for a title shot? Yeah, he has some things that he's still green on, and believe me, I am not on the John Jones hype train, you know, because I believe he has a lot of holes in his game, even though a lot of you may not be able to see that. But I just think that his ground game, when it comes to jiu-jitsu, you know, if he fights a top-notch jiu-jitsu guy, like somebody who really knows how to catch you in submissions just so quick, like Husama Palahar is, you know, not obviously not those two, but just somebody on the level of jiu-jitsu like that, you know, not them two fighting each other. You know, somebody like Damian Maia, somebody like Frank Mir, you know, somebody with that level of jiu-jitsu is going to submit him, is going to catch him in the armbar, because I noticed when he had Brandon Vera on the ground right before he threw that vicious elbow to his jawbone, his cheekbone or whatever, his arms were in some like very vulnerable places for an armbar, you know, and or, you know, I just think somebody could really catch him in a submission. That's just the way I feel about it. But he's still a great fighter. You can't take anything from him. He's still learning, just like everybody else is still a student in his game. I don't know anybody who's not a student of the game. I don't care how long you've been fighting. You know, you got to learn. You got to continue to evolve. And I think that John Jones has been wiping people out rather decisively. And I think that he's ready for Machida, you know. I've been wanting to see him fight Ryan Bader a long time ago. So that fight should have been happening, if you ask me. I don't know why these two hadn't been fight, you know. They both were kind of new, you know, but they were both beating some good guys. I think maybe they should have fought, you know, instead of him fighting Vladimir Matroshenko, whatever how you say his name, he should have fought Ryan Bader. What the fuck is with this shit? He should have fought Ryan Bader. You know what I'm saying? There was no need to have him, you know, go in there and, you know, just run through this guy, you know. But anyways, I just think that sometimes they do dumb shit, you know. I want to see, or either let John Jones fight Thiago, you know, Silva, you know, just one of those two, and let Rampage fight Ryan Bader, you know what I'm saying? Just mix it up, you know. I don't know, man. And another thing, I'm just so sick of these fucking guys. I want to talk about these camps and all this shit. Oh, we're friends. We're not going to ever fight each other. What the fuck you becoming friends for? It's MMA. You know what I'm saying? Like, or if you are going to be friends, at least respect each other enough to say, look, this is a business, and I can make friends in the regular world, the outside world, outside the octagon. You know what I'm saying? In this cage, yeah, we can be friends, but if you're not strong enough mentally to be able to compete against your friend, you know, for this money, for this respect, and, you know, for this fame, and, you know, just for self pride. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't fight for money. Some people don't fight for fame. Me personally, if I fought, it wouldn't be for fame. I can tell you that. It would definitely be for my mental aspect, because I love to compete, and just the thought of me overpowering, you know, and defeating somebody in competition, you know, is enough for me. I don't need the money or the fame, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, everybody's different. So these guys really need to get that mental thing under control and step up to the plate. And I just think, well, all I think is excuses. I think they're afraid of each other, so they become friends on purpose. Or, you know, like, I really want to see Rashad Evans versus John Jones, you know what I'm saying? But we're probably not going to ever see that happen, because they're in the same camp. I mean, stuff like that is bullshit to me, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't mind see George St. Pierre versus Nate Marquardt with 185. We're probably never going to see that, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't mind seeing Josh Koscheck versus John Fitch, even though I feel like Josh Koscheck would beat John Fitch, you know what I'm saying? You know, I'm just sick of these guys. I want to see Anderson Silva versus Lyoto Machida, you know? Yes, Anderson Silva is my favorite fighter, but I got to admit, man, sometimes I think he's afraid to fight certain people. I think he knows that they're bad matchups for him, like Machida, even though I think he would beat Machida, you know, but I just think that I mean, of course, we're going to say that now after we seen Machida get his ass knocked out by Shogun. Machida is still one of the best in the world. You know, he's not my favorite fighter, but he's still one of the best, and I think he would pose an interesting threat to anybody. You know what I'm saying? And I just think that Anderson Silva doesn't like to take chances. He doesn't like to take those type of risks. He likes to fight guys that he really knows he can beat. People like a clumsy Forrest Griffin. People like, you know what I'm saying, a very slow James Irvin. You know, and you know, just people like that, man. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I could see him even fighting Rampage because he knows Rampage is not fast enough for him, and that's the reason why, you know, he mentioned Rampage a couple of times. He was like, yeah, back in the day before he made the decision just to stay at middleweight, he was all like, oh, I would like to, you know, fight Rampage Jackson or some people like that with big names, you know, people who's gonna get me out there and stuff. But he never mentioned anybody like Shogun. You know, he knows people like Shogun has a heart. He's never been knocked out. He's probably never going to be knocked out. Knock on wood. You never know, can happen. Anything can happen in MMA. But Shogun can very well knock you out. He's just as fast, just as elusive, just as skilled. You know, he's not as skilled as striking, if you ask me, but he's just as skilled if you combine all of the things that he does together, like as far as ground game, you know, wrestling, you know, and all that stuff. But you know, I just, you know, and, you know, let me just say, Anderson Silva is my favorite fighter. You know, him and Fedor, my favorite fighter. You know, I have a couple, I go ahead and name my favorite fighters. You know, first and foremost, Anderson Silva, Fedor, Frank Mir, Husama Palahar is, I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name right, but I think that's how it goes, you know. Who else? Who else we got? Alistair Overeem, um, I like GSP, you know, but I'm not a real big GSP fan because there's a lot of things I feel about GSP, you know, that'll probably never come to the light. But who else do I like here? I'm beginning more and more to become a Stephan Bonner fan. I used to hate Stephan Bonner, but I'm becoming a Stephan Bonner fan because he goes out there and he lays it all on the line, man. This guy doesn't care. He fights hard, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, there's just I got a lot of favorite fighters, man. I could be here name. I may do a video about my favorite fighters, but yeah, guys, you know, just let me know about this, man. And until next time, you know, I'll be back. Let me know what you think. If you want me to talk about something else, just let me know, and I'll try my best to get that done and get that to you guys. So you guys have a nice day. MMA, man, I love it. What can I say?